Can you eat a carnivore, ketogenic, low-carb diet? Any of those? Can you do that in the Philippines? Let me give you a quick example. Our crew that we had last year, talking to them, I said, what did you guys do through COVID? How did you do, especially when food was running short in some of these smaller barangays? And they all said, we fished every day, sir. So, yeah, of course you can. And when we met those guys to build our garage, lean, mean fighting machines by then, guys. They were at their natural weight. Things like Cobra, which is a high energy drink, and that type of thing, was in short supply during COVID. And they got those sugars and those high caffeine drinks out of their systems. But how can you do this in the Philippines? And it's really easy, guys. Even looking at typhoon season, looking at, we've got a tree outside where our condo is, and those avocados, they're seasonal. If nobody's there to interfere with the plant, they are seasonal. It's only human intervention that allows us to get certain foods year-round. So let's talk about that from a Philippine standpoint, because normally a ketosis diet you would think of as being outside of the tropics, where there will be a whole period called winter where there are no carbohydrates, period, end of sentence. I know some of you are going to argue with me and say, no, that's what a grocery store is for. Our biology has not changed in 5,000 plus years. It's still what it is. But from a health standpoint, a ketosis diet can really help with weight loss and this type of thing. And how can you do that in the Philippines? Easy peasy lemon squeezy. First off, we are talking islands here. Very small islands in many cases. And even when the island is big, like Luzon, that fish was coming from the port every single morning to the wet market. And we were eating fish almost every single day. Eggs everywhere. Chicken, pretty low fat food, but not too bad if you've got weight loss to do. If you're going to use an app to track your food, and it will give you what your macros are, how much fat intake you're taking, and a quick definition, animal fat is not the same as plant fat. It is not, it is not, it is not. Don't try and tell me it is, because what we're looking for in fat is omega-3, DHA, and EPA. We are not looking for ALA fats. The body can convert some, but is not very efficient at converting ALA fats from plants. Coconut oil and olive oil, in my opinion, are the only true oils that you can get from plant, because just by stomping it with your feet or a minor amount of heat, and you can extract those oils. If somebody talks to you about any form of other oil, they're not right. Sorry, we never had the means, even 100 years ago, let's say, might have to go a little bit longer, to be able to produce seed oils, nut oils, any of those types of oils. And of course, canola oil is just a bastardized oil. I'm off my high horse now, but how can you do it in the Philippines? Lots of fish. My breakfast was often just eggs and fish, or eggs and a meat. So that keeps me in that ketotic state. Now, because my liver is switching very easily now, it switches easily from ketones to non-ketones. Use of sugar from external sources versus the liver creating the glucose for your muscles and brain, you could also do just fine on ketones. I'm not a big believer that you should be doing it 365 days a year, although people with epilepsy have to. They have no choice in the matter. So, there is fundamental science out there to do this. And yes, you can be in a ketosis diet on vegetarianism, I do not say vegan for one main reason. Your B12 is going to tank if you're on a vegan diet. You need the B12, so please, minimum, get eggs into your diet. What else can I say here? Yeah, it's really easy, guys. Uh, Even going into a food court, there's a lot of fish in there. You can get fish broth, you can get sisig, you can get pork sisig, you can get all sorts of things there that are actually, in many ways, from an eating out standpoint, easier in the Philippines than it is here in Canada, because you get a lot of, well, for one of those people. But yes, you can. And do I advise it? Well, you know, again, I think dropping out periodically is well worth your time. If you simply stand at a window outside the tropics and start to think about it, if the zombie apocalypse happened and we're all standing there, where's the food going to come from? You're not finding carbs between the two equinoxes in the winter. You just won't find them. Yes, you can make teas and stuff out of leaves and out of needles for your vitamin C. But honestly, if you've had enough vitamin C through the summer months, it is stored in your fat cells. Because what is summer all about? Fattening. It's all about taking those sugars and starches and fattening up for the winter for survival. All you have to do is look at every other animal out there and start thinking about nature's rules and stop thinking that you are some kind of non-animal. Anyway, ketosis, low carb, carnivore, all possible, all easy to do in the Philippines. Later, Gators.